Manchester United's midfield crisis. A crucial transfer decision looms. As the 2025 summer transfer window nears its end, Manchester United find themselves facing a critical dilemma, not in attack or defense, but in the heart of the midfield. United's attack boasts an abundance of talent, yet their inability to maintain sustained pressure beyond the opening 20 minutes of matches has exposed deeper structural issues. When the attack falters, the defense is inevitably tested, repeatedly finding itself under strain due to a lack of cohesive ball retention and transition in midfield. This imbalance was glaringly evident in United's recent test against Fulham. According to opposing manager Marco Silva, Fulham tried to overload United in midfield and succeeded. The performance raised a pressing question. Is there a current midfielder in world football capable of covering massive distances at high intensity while also igniting the attack? At the core of this dilemma is Casemiro. With the veteran still the preferred choice despite declining influence, and Kobbie Mainoo apparently not an option, the need for reinforcement is glaring. If United continue to rule out Mainoo and lean on Casemiro, a new midfielder becomes essential, not just to bolster the engine room, but to inject life into their system. Midfield targets. Dreams versus reality. The search for a solution has centered on several high-profile names. Carlos Baleba, Brighton the athletic, ball-carrying midfielder, has the qualities United desperately need. However, Brighton's valuation, reported to exceed £100 million, has made United cautious. Though talks suggest a possible revisit to this pursuit in 2026, a mid-season push could accelerate matters. Morten Hjulmand, Sporting Lisbon, another potential target. Hjulmand offers defensive grit and leadership, characteristics United could hugely benefit from. Angelo Stiller, VfB Stuttgart, a less glamorous but pragmatic option. Stiller is viewed as a capable midfielder who could provide solidity and coverage in a transitional phase. Each profile offers a different pathway: Baleba's flair and pace, Hjulmand's midfield command, or Stiller's understated efficiency. Tactical stasis versus evolution. Even with the right signing, United's ability to improve depends on Ruben Amorim's tactical flexibility. His steadfast commitment to a 3-4-3 system, despite its tenuous fit in the Premier League, has come under scrutiny. Without tactical adaptation, even a stellar midfield signing may struggle to deliver meaningful change on the pitch. High stakes for Amorim's future. This signing window represents more than just squad building. It's a litmus test for Amorim's plans and his future at Old Trafford. Delivering the correct midfielder could inject momentum and facilitate a revival. But a misstep, or no action at all, risks fostering more of the same structural fragility, casting long shadows over his tenure. Final word. Manchester United must now make a pivotal decision. Invest heavily in a high-profile midfielder like Baleba, who brings pace and dynamism but comes with a hefty price tag. Go for a balancing presence like Hjulmand, or opt for a more understated performer such as Stiller. Whatever path they choose, it's become increasingly clear that this signing could define not only the season's trajectory, but the manager's future. The midfield problem at Manchester United. United's disconcerting draw at Fulham exposed a significant midfield weakness. The two-man setup of Bruno Fernandes and Casemiro has often been overrun, especially after the first 20 minutes of matches. Opponent Alex Iwobi revealed Fulham knew we would be able to get behind their midfield, underlining the urgency for reinforcements. Despite piling over £200 million into marquee attacking signings like Cunha, Bumo, and Sesko, United's inability to retain possession and impose control in the middle compromised their overall structure. If Kobbie Mainoo remains behind Casemiro as the preferred choice, the club must pursue additional midfield reinforcements to fill the gaps. The transfer targets. A. Carlos Baleba, Brighton. A 21-year-old Cameroonian midfielder known for his energy, dribbling range, and ball retention in a box-to-box role. Brighton reportedly value him at over £100 million, a price tag that has cooled United's pursuit, though interest may renew in 2026 depending on results this season. Fans see him as a driver of dynamic midfield transition. These three aren't on Baleba's level. We can try next summer to get him. Baleba, the player we need. B. Morten Hjulmand, Sporting Lisbon. A 26-year-old defensive midfielder who captains Sporting CP and has direct experience under current manager Ruben Amorim. United reportedly have a £50 million bid lined up if Baleba proves unattainably expensive. Hjulmand is admired for his leadership, tactical suitability to Amorim's system, and high passing output. He has played over 60 matches under Amorim at Sporting and guided them to 2 Primera Liga titles. Amid growing speculation, one insider noted, United will pivot to Hjulmand if they miss out on Carlos Baleba. Statistical breakdowns suggest Hjulmand offers slightly stronger passing metrics, even if Baleba edges him in progressive carries. See Angelo VfB Stuttgart. A 24-year-old German defensive midfielder currently with Stuttgart, with Bundesliga and Champions League experience. Linked to a possible move as a more affordable, pragmatic alternative to the marquee names. Despite fewer headlines, many fans favor him for his discipline and steady performance. Bring me Stiller, please. 3. Broader alternatives and debate. Beyond these primary names, other potential targets and options have emerged. Amadou Onana, Aston Villa, a physically imposing and technically similar box-to-box midfielder. His transfer value suggests he could be a Baleba-like alternative. Lucas Bergvall, Tottenham, a 19-year-old Swedish prodigy with United trial history, promising but lacking top-flight experience. Matheus Fernandes, Southampton, familiar to Amorim, value around £50 million and no longer in Portugal's top flight, an intriguing, viable midfield talent. Felix Meka, Borussia Dortmund, technically gifted, with Champions League exposure, though again lacking Premier League experience. Plus, internal candidate Kobbie Mainoo, seen as progressive but still needing to develop defensively. 4. Tactical fit and strategic considerations. Baleba brings exceptional athleticism, ball progression, and energy. Ideal for a high-tempo pivot, but a staggering investment. Hjulmand offers proven adaptability under Amorim's tactics, leadership, and likely synergy with Bruno Fernandes, without costing as much. His familiarity makes him the most tactically seamless fit. Stiller would be a budget-conscious, low-risk stabilizer, lacking Baleba's spark but offering consistency. Additional names cover a spectrum of options: Onana for physicality, Fernandes for system familiarity, and Meka for technical passing. Final thoughts. Baleba remains the dream signing, explosive, modern, transformative. If United balk at the price tag, Hjulmand represents the most balanced, strategic choice, affordable, proven, and manager-approved. Stiller could be a reliable, low-profile alternative. Meanwhile, other options, Onana, Fernandes, Meka, broaden the club's shortlist across experience and budget. The ultimate decision will have ripple effects, not just for the season, but for Amorim's tactical identity and long-term future at Old Trafford.